Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. Yeah, still no breakout to the upside, and I'm still looking here at this white wave count. Nothing really happened since yesterday's last update, or nothing significant. I did make you aware though in the last video, I think it made Ether made a slightly higher high here yesterday, and we did a reset of this, or we saw a reset of this wave 2, which was here before, to here. That was not unexpected though. It was one of the possibilities we talked about, or one of the probabilities, one of the probable options that wave 2 could be reset, or even wave B. I mean, again, we're still moving in this corrective pattern, probably. I have absolutely no evidence that a third wave rally has already started. That would be the case if the wave 2 already bottomed here. I don't see that as highly likely yet, though, because the idea is that the move down is a wave 2. And in such a wave 2 correction, well, the minimum would be normally the 38.2 retracement that we want to see reached. It certainly hasn't reached that yet. I think it only reached the 23.6 fib level, and that is extremely shallow for a wave 2. Not impossible though, not impossible. I mean, but it's in terms of probabilities, still it would be a very, very shallow correction, especially considering the rally that we've seen so far in 2023, since October. This move obviously needs to be corrected. Of course, is there a need to go down much lower? No, there is no need. The market doesn't have to do anything. Just be aware that we can only align ourselves with probabilities, and it's either going down lower in a wave 2, which is still, in my opinion, highly likely, or we would have an unusually shallow pullback, which is not predictable really. But what we do then, we're basically watching for the first impulse to the upside, and for that first impulse above resistance, to tell us that something more bullish is going on. But so far we haven't even broken resistance, and we haven't got an impulse really that is clear. So it could be though that this obviously was a 5-wave move up here. But let's first of all take a look at the overall structure. Primary scenario for us at the moment is that the price in a C wave comes down lower. There are two main ways I see it could get there. So either the A wave already bottomed in the correction, we had the B wave which topped, and then this is now a C wave to the downside in a so-called ending diagonal structure. Wave 1, wave 2, we reacted to resistance, and this would be a 3 down, 4, 5. Would be the most straightforward way, easy. The market doesn't make it that easy normally. So what is another option? Another option is that this A wave, circle wave A, actually sits here. Then this is a B wave, so this circle wave B moves to here. We have a larger A wave in 3 waves. This here is going to do something like a large B wave, and we're going to come down in wave C later. It would just basically mean that we are going to move a little higher, reset the B wave. Absolutely a possibility we have to prepare for, we have to think about. But at the moment, I can only tell you we're still moving in this wedge pattern. We're still likely caught in the correction. I don't see an impulse to the upside that's large enough, and I still would like to see the price, sooner or later drop into this support area. That could be more directly, but it could also be after that extended B wave to come down then. Bear in mind that the next rally to the upside should be a third wave rally, so it could be very, very aggressive. And the next rally to the upside in a third wave should take us to $3,000 plus. Zooming into the detail, it is entirely possible that this was an A wave, this was a B wave, and this here was a C wave to the upside. Basically, we have, go to the lower time frame. Basically, we have, this looks like a 5-wave move up, which could be an A wave, okay? We have a pullback in 3 waves, A, B, C, which is a B wave. And this here could be a C wave to the upside. It's not very clear. It looks like a 5-wave move, but the third is very short. But anyway, it would be a valid C wave, ABC, for example, in wave 2. Okay? Or it could turn into, in the yellow count, for a higher B wave, WXY, where then the Y wave was an A, B, C. However, it's not really predictable to say that, we get a WXY or something, because the most common pattern as shown here is the ABC. A WXY can happen, but it's just typically not the most probable pattern. Or this C wave, yeah, might extend, and this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, all these possibilities exist. The way this goes right now, I mean, Bitcoin, Ether like to do these up and down movements in the corrections. We can only say, if we get a break above 2,264, I mean, yeah, it might be an A, B, and then here a 1, 2, and then we move up in the third of a C wave, getting towards the 2,400, maybe even 2,500 mark before then that B wave might top, before we then come down in this C wave. So that means for ETH, I don't actually really have a breakout count yet. Yeah, the correction could be in again, but it would be far less deep than it would be common. The low obviously would have to be in here. That was the low that was made on Monday. And we would have to assume that it's forming some kind of a 1-2-1-2 setup down here. And that we're just getting that direct breakout. But then I would only, let's say, believe it when I see it from an analysis point of view. I would need to see further evidence for that, just because it would be a pullback that's so shallow that it's very unusual, which of course can happen. Bear in mind, bigger picture, the uptrend is forecasted to reach sort of 3,000 plus next in a third wave rally. Yeah, so it's really just a question at the moment. We're just tracking basically the individual structures as they are reaching these support areas. I don't have a clear direction at the moment. There's no clear there is no clear impulse either way that would give me a very clear perspective of where Ether wants to go. I can only tell you that the white structure is absolutely a valid option, in which a third wave to the downside is now unfolding, yeah, before we then find a low in the support area. Absolutely valid, but would need to break basically below yesterday's low or today's low. Yeah, we would need to see a break below the 2,160 level to confirm further we are now in the third wave to the downside, taking out these previous swing lows and then head into the green support area. That's a valid option. If we go a little higher, I would first explore if this is simply a high B wave, which can get to these next FIB levels, 2,288. But the way the structure looks, we should get to around about 2,337 or higher, okay? And it takes extended proof, or it takes special structures, more extended structures to really prove to us that the low has already been made. But bear in mind, this is the pullback most people were waiting for. And yeah, this is more telling you where support is, not so much, okay, the price will definitely get there. I prefer it, but we have to see the potential of shallow pullbacks. They always happen in crypto, in bullish markets. But the question is it likely? And yeah, we have to align ourselves with probabilities, and I prefer to do so. So I cannot confirm at this stage that a low has been made. If we go any higher, which is absolutely possible, especially as long as we stay below above the last swing low, then I would see it only as a high B wave for now. But you see, the market basically moves very, very much without direction, just really sideways with a little bit of up and down. So no clear sense of direction. Tells me that at the moment, at least, the correction is still unfolding. Can't really add anything else. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.